Okay, so this is a little class I'm going to do today on portable language that students can use when they're writing the typical essay, which is like problem solution or problem analysis of problem. Okay, and this would be for writing an introduction, which I think, when I think about it, I think is maybe actually more important than anything else for a whole lot of reasons. And I think if they get the introduction right, maybe there's a very good chance they'll get the rest right. Apart from the fact that if the introduction is reasonably well written, you've got more chance of readers, wanting to read the rest. So the first thing I do is I would show them this and ask them to put the words in order. Okay, and then you could actually drag them if you wanted to, and then you kind of like show them that, right? And then you might say to them, well, what's going to come next here after the word habido, ha habido, and they might say, they might make a few references to problem situations, which is, you hope anyway, because this is like a classic opening for that. So then you tell them that you want them to use the words in this box to make as many short expressions as they can, like this. Expressions which don't necessarily sentences which are just don't finish. So they're not looking for full sentences; they're looking for expressions like this. Okay, so you leave them for a while to I've actually sent this to them in a Word document, but I mean you could print it out. You could even have it on the screen, and leave them for a while to make sure they know that they can repeat language, and leave them for a while to make a list, and then you can get them to compare, and then you can see if they've managed to come up with this. Okay, and hopefully you'll be able to suggest to them that this language really is like the skeleton, if you like, for any number of introductory paragraphs in which a problem is going to be discussed. And this could be like, the beginning of a report on a problem in a company, which was going to be presented to a board of directors. You could start like this. So it's not just about writing academic essays. So then I'm going to get them to write an introductory paragraph on one of these. Okay, one of these. When they've done that, I'm going to then say, take Jonathan's idea, which he sent out yesterday, which is great, of making them put into their paragraph somewhere an example, which looks like that, insisting on the word for instance. And I like the fact that he's put it here in second place, which is much more elegant than always putting it here at the beginning. It's a great idea. And then when they've done that, I'm going to say, okay, take a photograph of your of the text you've written, and well, hopefully there'll be enough Tipex in the class to go round. Tipex out all the language that you've used, this language, in other words, okay, and then pass it on to another student, and that student has to try to underneath, maybe on another piece of paper, write in what expressions are missing. Shouldn't be too difficult. It's just a way really of recycling the language, and then they can they can compare it with the photograph. In fact, what I might do is I've got this. I use this application called Slack, which means they could all upload their photographs to Slack, and we could put the texts up in class, the photographs of the original text, so everybody could check them from the screen later on. And that's a class, really. This class is supposed to be 2 hours. It's not going to take 2 hours, but it's one of those classes where once I've done this, I don't know what else to do with them. I think that's like a class. Don't you all find that sometimes this preoccupation with time. It's like goes against this gut feeling that you have that I've completed the circle and the class has come to an end, and really to do anything else now would be surplus to requirements. Anyway, that's just something that's going around in my head. Maybe you might like to give this a go. I think it could go well. We'll see. They'll make lots of mistakes, obviously. It looks easier than it is. It's always easier than it looks easier than it does. Or it always looks easier than it actually is. And we'll see. And now, feel free to use, obviously.